Hi everyone, I hope you're having just as much fun over the festive season, dressing up and getting your sparkle on. I'm definitely loving getting all glitzy, so I thought why not do another glittery tutorial for you all. So if you want to know how I done this glittery green makeup look, then stay tuned. So first of all, I'm just rubbing some Farsali oil into my skin. It's super dry this winter and I find this oil just helps my foundation go on a lot smoother and it just gives my skin a much silkier finish. Next, I'm applying a Makeup Forever foundation stick all over. Again, this is perfect for my skin because it's so dry. The creamy texture of this foundation mixed with the Farsali oil is the perfect combo. I think it blends so smoothly into my skin and doesn't give me that chalky, dry look that some foundations can give me. So I'm just using a Real Techniques pointed foundation brush to spread that foundation evenly around my face, and then I'm blending that all in with my NYX blending sponge. Next, I'm applying some concealer around my chin where I can see some grey patches, and this concealer is from the MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette in the colour medium. I'm also using some Makeup Forever foundation just under my eyes. I find this foundation is such great coverage, you can actually use it as a concealer too. Then I'm blending that out with my sponge. To contour and highlight my face, I'm using the iconic Pigment sticks. I love the texture of these. They really don't dry and crack on my skin and make my skin look so velvety. I'm using 2.2 as my highlighter and I'm applying that on my forehead, my nose, under eyes and under my cheekbones. Then I'm blending that all in with my sponge before I start contouring. Next, I'm taking some iconic Pigment stick in the colour 3.2 onto my MAC 224 brush and I'm just blending that colour around my forehead. Sometimes I find if you don't want this to be too dark, it's easier to just apply it onto your brush and blend rather than straight onto the skin. I have quite a large forehead, so I really don't want to accentuate this area with too much highlight, so I'm bringing some of that contour colour right down. Next, I'm taking more colour onto my brush and contouring my cheekbones and around the side of my temples and my jawline. So this really helps to give my face more structure and make it look less round. Next, I'm using the Zoeva flat brush and I'm also applying that colour on the side of my nose to make it look more slimmer. I'm also just rounding off the tip of the nose to make it look a little shorter and then a little on the sides to make my nose look more pinched in. I'm applying some more highlighter just on the sides of my nose to really bring the nose in, and then I'm dabbing the highlighted areas out with my sponge. For the contoured sides, I'm taking the Real Techniques shading brush. As it's much smaller, I have more control with blending this out. So to do this, I'm using the brush and blending the colour downwards all the way around the contoured area. Next, using the Mercier brightening powder and my Zoeva all over shader, I'm applying this under my eyes and I'm applying a little on the bridge of my nose and my forehead. Next, using the Zoeva highlight brush and the MAC Studio Fix powder, I'm applying this around all the contoured areas of my face and just setting that as well as blending the contour in a little further. For the size of my nose, I need a smaller brush, so I'm using the Zoeva all over shader. So now the base is all done, we can start on the eyes. So I've already done one eye, so let's start the other one. I'm using the Hudabeauty Rose Gold palette in Moon Dust with my Zoeva Soft Definer brush, and I'm applying that above my crease up to the brow bone. I'm also blending it in with some Angelic to give this area a little bit of a pink shimmer. Next, I'm using Flamingo with the same brush to brighten up the crease. To create more depth just in the crease, I'm using Love Letter from my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. To highlight the brow bone, I'm using the Pure White pencil from MAC and then just blending that out with a Zoeva Small Definer brush, and I've also added some MAC Vanilla Pigment to give it a bit of a shimmer. For the base on the lids, I'm using MAC Minted and Motifs Coffee pencil. Starting off with coffee, I'm adding that to the outer and inner corners of the lid. Then I'm adding Minted to the middle of the lids and the bottom lash line. It doesn't need to be too neat because I'm going to blend it out now. So using the pencil brush, I'm just going to blend out all the coffee colour And then with another clean pencil brush, I'm blending out that Minted. And I'm really making sure that the transition line between the green and the brown is blended nicely, as well as the crease line. Next, with a MAC flat brush, I'm applying Emerald eyeshadow by Anastasia Beverly Hills to all the areas where we have the Minted base. Then using Zoeva Petite Crease Brush, I'm mixing black truffle and cocoa and applying that to the inner and outer corners of the lids. I'm also just dragging that onto the outer corners of the bottom lash line. Using the MAC 224 brush, I'm just making sure that the green and the brown is blended in nicely and all the colours appear seamless. To make the green pop, I'm applying a slightly lighter green to the middle of the lids and the inner corners of the lower lash line. This is Lime Green by MAC. Next, I'm using some NYX Glitter Primer where I want to apply my glitter. And I'm building that up, making sure I have enough on for my glitter to stick. So I'm using the NYX Glitter in 03 with my Zoeva Detail Shader, and I'm just packing that on to the middle of my lids. I'm also applying that glitter to the inner corners of my bottom lash line. So I'm just going to keep packing that on until I have enough glitter on. Next, I'm using Motive's Little Black Dress to line my lids and the waterline. And I'm going to really bring that line out to make my eyes a little bit more dramatic. For the lashes, I'm using Victorus lashes in Addictive, and to add colour to my cheeks, I'm using MAC Dame and Pink Swoon mixed together. Then for the highlighter, I'm using my iconic Shimmer palette to highlight the tops of my cheeks and the bridge of my nose. Next, I'm lining my lips with the Passion Lip Crayon by Motive. And then for my lip colour, I'm using Cupid by Limecrime. So that's my green glitter eye makeup tutorial. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to keep up to date with more new looks. And I'll see you at the next tutorial.